Hello everyone, welcome to our daily physics problem, day number 33. Today we have a rope is connected to a block with mass m1 from one end across a frictionless massless pulley. On the other end there is a ring with mass 2, m2 with a small hole attached to the rope and slide down with acceleration of a2 prime relative to the rope. What is the friction force between the rope and the ring? So I want you to pause the video, try your own. After you try, come back to the video and show you how I did it. So welcome back guys. So first let's lay out all the forces here. First we have our gravitational force on M1, have a tension force on M2 and the gravitational force on M2 and the friction force on M2. But we need to know because there shouldn't be a tension force directly attaching to M2. There should only be a friction. So in the scenario of M2, tension force is equivalent as the friction force. So on the left hand side and the right hand side, we know that tension is just the friction. It's a pretty important result. Then based on this result, we can list out the Newton's law and the balancing of force. We can list out some system equation. So first, because we know the relative, because the a2 prime is the relative acceleration of block to the rope. We want to know the relative acceleration to the ground. We need to minus m a1. So m2 times a2 prime minus a1 we equal to m2g minus f. That's just f equal to ma. Then on the left hand side we have t1 times g minus t equal to t1 times a1. Then we have our system of equation here. Then we need to try to solve it. Let's move it here. That's our two-system equation. Also, we need to add up the top one, but that's just identity. We can keep our head around. Then we can try to solve it. First, we can equivalent the friction force. Then try to solve for A1 because we don't know what is A1. Then we know F will be equal to M2G minus M1 A1. It's also equal to M2G minus M2 A2 prime plus M2 A1. So then we can try to solve for A1. What is A1 then? We can move all the M2 to the left and all the A1 to the right. A2 prime to the left, A1 to the right. So then we cancel out M2G. So we cancelled M2G. We plus both sides by M2 A2 prime. Then plus both sides by M1 A1. We have M2 A2 prime equal to M2 plus M1 times A1. So what is A1? A1 will be equal to M2 A2 prime divided by M2 plus M1. So after we solve for A1, we can plug it back into our friction equation. Friction we can say is equal to M2G minus M1 A1. So we have F equal to M2G minus, we plug it in the A1 equal to M1 times M2 A2 prime divided by M2 plus M1. And that's our final solution. Thank you for today.